Well, a plasma spectrometer measures the flows of electrons and ions in space, and we need 64 of them because we need to get very high time resolution. And therefore, we can't wait for the spacecraft to spin around 360 degrees before we get to view 360 degrees. So we have to build many plasma spectrometers to look in many directions simultaneously to get 3D measurements of the electron and ion flows in regions where reconnection is occurring. And these measurements will be key to understanding the processes that allow magnetic reconnection, which is the main thrust of the MMS mission. Well, magnetic reconnection allows the interpenetration of otherwise completely distinct plasmas. For example, the Earth's magnetosphere has its own magnetic field and its own collection of plasmas. The interplanetary medium is immersed in the Sun's magnetic field, and it has its own collection of plasmas. Magnetic reconnection allows those two distinct regions to have an open door between them, and therefore mix the plasmas and the energetics associated with those two distinct regions. It's what allows the Sun to really influence the Earth's space environment and create things like the northern lights. Well, I was rather a latecomer to the professional field. I went into the military right after high school and spent 4 years in the military. And only after I got out of the United States Air Force did I begin college. And in college, I gravitated toward physics. I liked it a lot and went to graduate school at the University of New Hampshire. And when I was looking around for a thesis topic and speaking to different professors, I met Professor Roger Arnoldy, who turned out to be my thesis advisor, and he told me that what he did was instrument rockets to fly over the northern lights from a rocket range in Alaska. Well, in the Air Force, I had been stationed in Alaska for 2 years and had had the opportunity to watch the northern lights. And that resonated with me immediately, and so I decided this is the guy I want to work for. And that's how I got into space physics in particular and working with NASA. Well, I would encourage them to focus on their education. That's critical, but the most important thing I would say, which has been a big lesson for me, is that if you're dreaming of doing things like this, big things of any kind, a person needs to understand that these things are not just for other people, they're for you. They're for the person who wants to go out and do it. So don't think that, oh, this is for other people, I couldn't do that. No, you can do that if you just will, and you just have to outline the steps in terms of education, for example, and then follow those and execute them. These things are for you. And I think that's a really important, it's been an important lesson in my life, and that's what I typically tell young people who are interested in entering science. Go for it.